So, last session, having finally figured out what was going on with the Orc brothers out in the city of Altair, got them to turn themselves in to avoid any harsh prison time for them being tricked into inadvertently killing some innocent people, and having dealt with getting the staff from the Temple of Incendium for Hieronyx, the group finally made it back to the capital city of Sirius, where upon getting back to their Canis Fortunea base, are greeted with Victor's brother, Mercurius. So we're going to get back going a few minutes before Victor and Lyric made it back to the base, where Skull Smasher comes in and sees Mercurius sitting at the table with his squat. Let me double check his name because I'm stupid. Isaac waiting for them, as well as Snowbreaker sitting at the table drinking some stuff. As Andaris, when he's to give him lore-wise why he's not here right now, he is met by Varys and Ren, who say some stuff and rush off. So it is Mountain Blood is currently you alone with Mercurius, Isaac, Snowbreaker, and her name right too. His name, sorry. Them in my list. Crap, where'd I put them? I are dumb.
It's always the last place you look. So start there first.
Yep. So many subfolders.
Oh, God.
Oh, there it is. Ix, the hobgoblin guy that's in charge of stuff. As he greets you, welcome back, Mountain Blood. I take it your mission over to Altair was a success?
Yes, and I just kind of look around with everyone, well, and hello to Rue?
Who are you saying that to?
Everyone in the room.
Just the people I mentioned.
Yeah, just oh.
Mercurius seems to ignore you. You did get a wave back from Isaac, though. Give me a perception check, though.
Alrighty. Right sheet this time. Perception. Wink. Oh, God. What is it? 3. Nat 1. I'm blind.
Okay, so basically you were so distracted by how much this place has changed since you were back here, you don't really notice anything. Except the big things that are clearly you can't miss no matter how blind you are. You have tables and a bar and and like a stage up here.
Looks so much better in here now with furniture.
As you hear Snowpiercer, Snowbreaker slam a jar down, her mug on the table, just go, that always hits the spot after a good kill.
Where did you go to?
As you see her kind of, I went up more in the northwest, east, or northwest-ish, and she's now that you see her, patting her head on it, there is a troll head on the table.
Oh. Where did you get that nifty trophy from?
As what I was sent after, causing some trouble for a local farm in the area.
Oh.
You do notice she does have a couple of kind of healing wounds on her face. Because she's not, she's trying to accent them, saying, look what I got doing this.
Impressive.
Yeah, they sent some ill-prepared mercenaries after it, and it didn't end well for them, unfortunately, but we got a nice hefty paycheck for it. You just see
Pretty
EX
cool.
holding up a bag, shakes it around. Hey, I gotta get this worked into the finances, but should be good.
It was a fruitful bounty then.
Yes, indeed.
Ugh.
So,
Might be
how did you finish off yours?
and I'm not a character. I'm just trying to think of like what we were busy doing prior to this. It's been a while.
Well, the one bounties you talked them into turning themselves in, so you didn't really fight them. And you did have the big fight with the fire salamander in the temple and the mimics.
Yeah, he had a bit of a power of words, a force of words, and a bit of a heated battle, to say the least. But we came out victorious overall.
Good to hear. Well, I'd assumed you were victorious as you made it back.
Still in one piece.
Can't say that about your foes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, tell me, you're from the north area as well, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Quite
So,
a
I
few.
never heard, who was your clan leader before you came down here?
Oh crap! I have to consult my notes and see if I have that punched in. I originally came from a few different tribes. I wasn't entirely inclusive to just one. I bounced around quite a bit. Um, I know. I have my actual one. Yeah, give me 1 second here.
Your second's up. Where's your answer?
Picked up one on the fly. Um, my last clan leader was um was I just spaced for a second.
Do 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 do.
I was just thinking
Shut
that.
up. I'm trying to think of something clever. Was Strongjaw was my
Strongjaw, huh? So how do you
Strongjaw.
get that name?
Uh, he thought of himself as a big talker, but he definitely put up a good fight. And let's just say, if you hit him in the face, you would more than likely have a broken jaw, a broken wrist, or it was very hard to break his jaw if you hit him straight in the face.
Let me roll something for her. Oh, yeah. I think I remember my old clan leader, Limb Ripper, ran into him a few times. Old buddies, I think, maybe?
Yes, yep, that sounds about right. Good old blood brothers there.
Haven't heard from him in a while. Hope he's doing okay.
Mm-hmm. I hope so too.
Anyway,
So,
about this time is when Victor, Lyric, and Gnarl make their way in.
and as they're coming through the door, be like, so odd question. Are you gonna be doing anything with that troll head?
Well, I need to get it, well, this place needs some trophies, so we're gonna see if we can get it taxidermied.
Ah, well, mounting to the wall then. Sounds good.
Yep, Victor, you see your brother sitting at the table, drinking a glass of wine, like swirling around in there before he takes a sip of it.
And just a look on Victor's face, she's going to flash over for a second. Like, Here we go again. Before straightening stuff out. I'm curious, how you doing? What brings you to my neck of the woods?
Yes, your neck of the woods. So I see you set up your little organization here, huh? You know, not too shabby. Turned out better than I expected it would.
He's just gonna stroll over to his brother and take a seat. And see if he wants to work.
Because you also see his steward from the ship, Isaac, sitting next to him.
Isaac! Oh man, it's been a while. How you feeling, by the way? How's the old, he kind of pats his chest. The old wound. Holding up.
What wound are you talking about? This isn't the third mate that got attacked by Xantha.
Oh, right, that's right. I'm thinking of the third mate. That's, what's his face?
This is his steward. Basically, is a guy that like helps him personally on the ship.
That's, oh, I'd say. Oh, right, yeah, the kid you do from home. Yeah. Never mind, scratch that. So, and Isaac, how you been? It's been a while since I see you on the ship.
I'm doing good, Victor. Just yeah, not my brother. Mercurius will explain why I'm here, as he's just drinking a glass of water.
So, should we get straight down to business, or should we dance around the question a little bit, passing pleasantries?
Yeah, we can get down to business as he takes one more sip of his wine and sets the glass down. Have you been in contact with Father lately?
Vito would just kind of put his finger to his chin, look up. No, I can't say I have. How's old Fire and Brimstone?
Well, you'll find out. So I'm actually here on orders from the Emperor himself.
Vito just kind of smiles. Is that so?
You remember the four great families of Regulus, right? I will say this. I will explain them what they are. You would know who these people are living in that city your whole life. You would not need a check for this.
Thank you, because that's something we have to
Basically, they're like the four families that, other than your father, that owns the most land in the area. There is a farmers, the Ellis family, who is Isaac is the son of the two of them, and the father that was killed by the hunter. There are the Waggletops, which are the people that make the wine that your brother doesn't like. There are some the Big Toes, which own the local mine in the areas, and then the Nemonis people that are like the livestock people that have the most farmland in the area for like livestock.
Lamonis. That's Lam.
Nemonis, Nemmonis. Here, let me put it in the chat real quick for you. And they are Ellis were humans, Waggletop are gnomes, Big Toe are dwarves, and Nemonis are dragonborn. You would just know that because you've been there your entire life.
Yeah, I recall. I recall the big four. Tell me, what kind of? So sounds like they've got themselves into a bit of a jam.
Well, you know, there's always been a jam between them. This you will have to give me a history check on.
All right, one moment.
But you can have advantage.
Getting down, which one's which? Because it's been a while.
Lyric, if you're there, if you want to do any history check on this as well, you can.
Okay. I've been here. I just didn't realize I was on mute. I wasn't saying anything anyway, so.
You said, hold on, quick, before we move on, the Monas, they were not miners, they were.
The Monas were the livestock owners. Big Toe were the dwarves that were the mine owners.
That's
Yeah.
19.
Yeah, just want to make sure I get those families out. So those sound very important. Anywho, about that history check.
So that's a
24.
24 because it did say you have advantage. Yeah, other than they get along well with your family, most of those families don't like each other very much. Are you going to respond to your brother in some way?
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember what he last said before.
Basically,
So-
he said basically they're not into. What did I say? That they're basically up to the same stuff as before, pretty much.
Family politics. What's new? Inter-family politics, I should say.
Yeah, Lyric, you would know that
Let's-
stuff as well.
Sounds like still not quite sure how one equates to the other. You know, with the big four arguing about, I don't know, land rights, tithes, yada yada, such like that, having to have you come all the way down to my place to come deal with something. So it's got to be something big.
Well, I know you've been away for a while, so you wouldn't have maybe heard this as. Well, the old Waggletop patriarch kinda said, I'm gonna retire and leave, and bequeathed everything to his son, Ribbles. And he's been trying to be a peacemaker between us, because he doesn't really. Well, new generation trying to not repeat the mistakes of the old generation, all that crap. Well, he's trying to host a dinner party coming up. And he's invited all the families together. And well, Father wants armed security at it.
I see.
And I was talking with the Emperor about it, asking about, getting some. Seeing if I could approve some of either my soldiers or some of his to help me with this, for obvious reason. And he was like, I know somebody perfect for it. As he does like a mockingly kind of trying to mimic the Emperor's in one of his more giddy moods. People to help you with this, and he sent you my way. Or sent me here.
The Emperor does have a great sense of humor, as I recall. Yeah.
So yes, I guess I have been ordered to hire you for this.
Chris is doing his best to hold back a laugh, like he's not doing a good job.
Roll deception with disadvantage.
I mean, he's not trying very hard. He's just kind of laughing.
Like I said, I still got to see if he picks up on this because he's a little perturbed right now.
9.
Yeah, laugh it up, Victor.
So
So
okay, I've had my fun. It's truly having you come down here and ask little old me and my team to must be humiliating enough. So let's sit down. So down the brass tacks. He'll wave. He'll kind of give a signal for EX to bring over a couple of drinks as well as probably a contract form.
well, he hobbles over, puts down the contact form for you.
So hired security for a dinner party. So we're going to need discretion. So he's going to check off a box. we're going to need a. How big of a dinner party are we looking at here?
Typical well-sized house. I believe it's a 2-story, pretty decently big. It's got a few staffs of a butler and a few cooking staff.
So we're talking at least like a couple dozen people, all of course big wigs within Regulus, and whoever from out of town that might be invited for whatever for diplomatic reasons. So checks off another box.
So yeah, I do
Right.
know the exact amount of people that will be in attendance. It'll be mother and father, me, Isaac here, his mother, both Ribbles and Ellie Waggletop, Thorindir and Therilyn Big Toe, and Larix and Kava Nemonis. Plus their butler. Let me get his name. Where'd I put that down? There it is. And their butler, Oswald Green.
Okay, it's a large house, so not too big.
Give me a perception check, Lyric.
Perception.
Or what's your passive?
My passive is a 14.
Okay, you would have heard this with passive. Give me a history check for the name when he mentions the word green. With advantage, I should say. Well, whatever.
13.
You remember talking with a girl named Green at the is going to the acting part of the college that you were at.
Okay.
Did I write down her name? Yvonne.
Okay.
She was one of the people you talked to when you were trying to get the information from the other teacher about the locket thing.
Okay.
Now, as for the household, will this be at Waggletop's or will this be at Father's?
The Waggletop matter, since he is the one hosting it.
You wouldn't have to have any map or layout of the house itself.
I'm afraid not.
I'll have to get from there. Other than that, I say he kind of looks around his crew like we have. He's knowing everyone that's here. I think we can cover. I think we cover it. There will, however, be a fee.
Yes, I am prepared for this. The Emperor says he will cover it.
And Vader just puts his fingers together and just like, and like kind of like a temple, like excellent. So, so other than anybody in the families who's probably going to try and pull something, possibly. Any people in the area, any groups that we should be aware of that might be of concern, or possibly be under the pretense of an invite.
Nothing comes to mind. I know the families don't like each other, but they're not going to try to kill each other just to avoid fist fights.
Oh no. I don't see a fist fight. I'm more concerned of espionage, of sabotage, just making him look bad, sort of.
Oh, that'd
As
be
well as
everybody.
yeah, or at the very least, any outside groups that might want to crash in. You know, a lot of big wigs and Higgs and fancy people all together. A lot of nobles and upcomers in the same spot.
Mm,
Some people might catch wind and want to, I don't know, crash the place for an easy job.
yeah, as long as someone finds out about this, who knows?
Looks like we'll need all hands on decks for this one. Well, it's been swell. Appreciate you coming down here for Java. You can let the Emperor know we'll have things well in hand. Oh, before you go, let's let this be a little bit of a. You don't have to keep my. You don't have to mention my name, the father and mother. Just let it be a little bit of a.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Mother wouldn't care, but Father would maybe have objections to hiring you until you get there and really can't find somebody else because the party is in. Well, basically, you'd have to leave tomorrow morning to get there on time for it, so. Basically, we'll probably be getting there at the same time.
Understood.
But
Outside
I will
that,
send a message to Father to let him know that we have hired the security.
I will have to. I will have to ask her a little bit up front just to cover dressing arrangements. I'm sure they don't want some people to come and look all like they just bundled in from out from the streets.
Very well. What's the down payment then?
Let's see, got one. Let's see, your accounts 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How much does like fine clothes of like simple jewelry go for? Would you say?
How much?
And this is more above board question because I don't have the freaking sheet.
I didn't hear what you said though.
For because he's basically this is gonna be a fancy occasion. He needs to get fancy clothes with moderate jewelry. So how much does fine clothes go for again? Ugh.
Let me check the book.
Less than 100 gold. Clothing is cheap.
Yeah, but fine clothes is mostly the appropriate accoutrements to go with. So it'd be like fancy uniforms. Essentially, is what's going to be is going to be is going to be the word of the day.
Hmm.
I'm just kind of blanking on the page that's on that goes over that.
Yeah, so am I. I don't know. I'd say about 50 gold for one person.
Did you go for one person? Okay, I think I got the number.
So the down payment and the total cost would be?
Yep, that's the wrong one. Let's see. We're thinking about 5 people. That's again the wrong number. Why is my thing not loading? Oh, that's why. There you go. Let's make about an even 325 gold
For the down payment?
for the down payment because that's going to be basically getting for like fancy uniforms of appropriate dressing.
And the total cost for after that?
Oh, total cost? Because yeah, I let's see, said 50 gold each. Total cost would be around 250. He's just asking for a little bit more. He's asking for a little bit more just to cover any additional costs and for the rush.
So 250 for the entire job?
250 Victor's cost. Haas, he is up pricing it a little bit. Just in case there's anything he hasn't thought of. So he's asking 325.
For the full thing.
Yes.
Yeah, he hands you the money.
All right, like I said, it's so we have to leave the morning of tomorrow.
Yep.
Gonna have to make this quick. Gonna have to make a simple drop off pretty quick then. All right. It's like, and he just Victor signs his name and name on the dotted line and passes the paperwork to Mercurius.
Which he does the same thing.
It's a pleasure doing business, brother. And it's always good to see you around these parts. You should stop in more often. He just has like that smile, that sly smile.
Yes, yes, whatever you say. He
Oh,
kind of looks over at you, Lyric. Huh, not met you before. You wanna my brother's new hirelings?
No. She just smiles at him.
Hmm. You look familiar. I swear I've seen you someplace before.
Would he have seen Lyric somewhere before?
Are you? He's asking if he's seen if you've where he might have seen you before.
She just kind of looks at him. Oh.
Hmm. Maybe it's my imagination then.
Might be. Can I roll something to see if I've ever been in the same room with him?
Go ahead, roll for history.
That's a 17.
You've never seen this man before in your life.
What?
She kind of looks. Now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever seen you before in my life.
Yeah, maybe it's just my imagination then. Oh,
Kind of looks at him. Have you ever had any problems with people not being who they're supposed to be?
he thinks for a bit. I have no idea.
Okay.
Well, Isaac, we should be heading off then. We should gotta get to our resting quarters for the night. As they both shuttle off, as Isaac does kind of wave goodbye to you as he's heading off.
we do return the wave. As soon as they're out the door and out of earshot, which you will be checking.
Yep, they're gone.
All right. Company meeting. Everyone huddle around.
Ah,
That concludes you, Lyric. Come on.
look. Sit over here.
And Snowbreaker
Alright,
comes
so-
up and sits down too.
Sit over here.
So,
Straw.
as you can guess, that was my brother. And of course, and we have noble ties.
Snowbreaker peers up. You seem like a pretentious asshole.
A lot of families like that. Trust me. It's not uncommon. Wait till you meet my father. But yeah, long story short, this is possibly the biggest, most expensive job we're ever gonna take in a while. I'm gonna need. Hey, other than so EX, I'm gonna need to have you stay here and mind the store while we go in and well, like I said, which I didn't think there's going to be a whole lot of ruckus. Probably no one's gonna really pull something as low as assassination. But we don't have exactly enough information about who's going to do what, so be prepared for anything. Best thing to do is just gotta look fancy, be quiet, and above all, make sure no one pulls anything, steals anything, or causes any commotions, any kind of embarrassing events.
I don't suppose we're the only ones in this building right now, are we? Is it just us?
Is the person in the back is Billy Shabadoo, isn't it?
Yeah,
Joey Shabadoo.
I wasn't used
and
to
he's
it.
kind of aimlessly wandering around right now.
Like who's that?
That's just Joey. You remember Joey, right?
Big J.
Yeah, he gets like this every now and then. Just let him walk around. He's fine. EX kind of perks up.
Carry on, carry on.
Fine though. Fine though is fam is loaded, and I need everyone on their best behavior. Moreover, this could be a really big boost to the company. So we can get higher, like higher for a lot more. I wouldn't say fancier jobs, more like more important jobs. Hence the goal up front. I'm gonna need everyone's what sizes they take for basically for uniform and for getting whatever arms and equipment looking fancy.
Snowbreaker breaks in. Fucking huge.
Lyric looks at Victor, just stands up, does a pirouette. I'm good.
I wouldn't be honestly. I think the best person to be prepared for this would honestly be you, Lyric.
Yep.
Also, I expect would you be able to do double time as
As what? You broke up.
Yeah, as a what?
would you also be willing? Victor's asking Larry, would she be willing to do double duty as entertainment if it comes to it?
Excuse me. She looks at Victor's just like, 2 things at once. That's easy.
And you won't need anything like new instruments and hints, anything in particular, because this is we just kind of even look like this is really important. I need to show off.
And I just kind of chime in, it's like, I am also an entertainer. I was a gladiator before all of this. I've been tumbling and acting and being quite a storyteller.
Fancy. It's well, not fancy. Nice. However, let's play that one by ear. Probably we might need it for storytelling, less so blood sport.
Well, I can always just act out certain things as well, too, so if Lyric is busy telling the story, I can certainly act them out. Bring more dynamic and action.
And yeah, just to show how important it is, there will be a bonus for everybody if we pull this job off cleanly.
Like just looks at Victor. I mean, it just sounds like we're on guard duty.
Yes, we're on guard duty, but the whole idea is if there's probably Wildtop's son, who's the name I'm like blanking on. And we want to make sure he looks good in all this. If he's going to be the big peacemaker and broker better ties between the 4 families, someone's obviously is going to want to spoil that. So if we can deal with that without him losing face, then that's multiple wealthy families in our good graces.
Like just looks at Victor. So then why
Paying
don't we find
graces.
out who might be interested in making him look bad?
Well, as my brother stated, that would be anyone in the 4 families. It's just a matter of knowing and what they're capable of.
There goes.
So yeah,
Right.
keep ears and eyes open.
They kind of just stands up because she sat down after doing her little pirouette. Well, I know where I'm going then. She starts walking out.
Well, since Larry pronounces everything she needs to do, who under wraps?
As you're walking out the door, Lyric, you're met by, let me get her name again, by Althea. Oops, I actually have a token for her. Let me get the proper token. Boom. Oh, whoop. Don't want to bump. She's kind of like holding some things. She's coming into the door. Whew. Where are you off to in a hurry?
Oh, well, I gotta go back to school.
Oh, well, here, before you go, he takes a lute off her back and gives it to you. This is from my mistress for you. Let me, find this again. As you are handed a very intricate-looking lute. Or was it a lute? Let me make sure I got the right one. Not a lute, what was it? Sorry, a lyre.
Your lyre, pencil fire.
That has, like, the shape of two, like, faces blowing wind towards the hole in the center of it. Let me see if this is in the actual player's handbook to give to you.
I don't think so.
It's not, but she hands you the CLI lyre, which is an instrument of the bards.
Okay.
We'll get that into your inventory later.
Okay.
Well, I guess I won't keep you then. Evening, Victor. Evening, Mountain Blood. Where's
Who's that?
Yeah.
your friend Andaris?
Yeah. Actually,
Personal
would
matters.
would Victor know that
Let's just say he ran into you on the way back and explained that he was off to take care of something with his fellow countrymen quickly, and he'll be back when he can.
So yeah, he's on personal leave.
Ah, well, I'll get him his reward from the mistress later. Basically, she walks up to Mountain Blood and hands you a ring.
Ooh, pretty shiny thing.
It is a pewter-colored ring that's got two goats-like heads, or ram heads on each side of it. Let me see if this one's in the book. Nope, I'll have to get that one added into you inventory later.
Yep,
It says this is called the
fine.
Ring of the Ram.
Makes sense.
I will explain what it does to you later, because you probably won't be using it for the next couple sessions anyways.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And walks up to, well, I don't have anything for you, Victor. She's, my mistress said she would be contacting you tonight.
Well, then I'll say, well, thanks for the stop by, and I'll let her know. Thank you for well, I had this all planned out. Thank you for doing business with us.
Well, if we ever need anything from you again, we'll just ask. I know where to find you.
Yeah. Oh, actually, before she goes, like, because Victor actually didn't pass over the rod.
Oh, yeah, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
Basically, that's what you did when she came up to you. Kind of tucks it away. The mistress will be pleased to get this. I will get it to her as soon as I can.
Pleasure as always. Don't be a stranger.
Yeah, I'll maybe stop by and say hi every now and then. If you see your mother, tell her I said hi.
Oh, don't worry. I'll be seeing her real soon.
Ah, I'll definitely tell her I said hi then. I haven't seen her for a while. So just to verify, you were going to go get the clothes. Or who was getting the clothes?
Victor will probably was first asking like whatever, like just kind of gets an idea of like what everybody needs, and we'll probably pass the instructions over the EX.
Okay. So you say you just want to meet up here in the morning tomorrow to head out?
Pretty much. And just the whole idea is like everyone's gonna have fancy uniforms, clean and polished gear, and sharpened gear. Just otherwise, everything else from the that's not spent, company treasury. But that's about it.
Okay, so yeah, basically the way, just to explain what that lyre does, Wimpy, is basically you get to cast one of 3 spells by playing it that day, which are Stone Shape, Wall of Fire, and Wind Wall. But you have to attune to it. But anything you wanted to do tonight then?
For
Was
Victor,
Wimpy even here?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Okay. Mountain Blood, anything you want to do tonight before they head out tomorrow?
Not in particular,
Okay.
except for examining his new ring that he has.
Okay. Yeah, basically what that ring does is it has 3 charges. It drains 1d3. Spend a daily charges at dawn. You can use an action to expel 1 to 3 of its charges to attack one creature you can see within 60 feet of you. The ring produces a spectral ram's head that makes its attack roll with a +7 bonus. On a hit for each charge you spend, the target takes 2d10 force damage and pushed 5 feet away from you.
Jesus. Okay, that
Yeah.
sounds awesome. All right. Yeah, just send the details through like Discord or something.
Yeah, I'll do it for you
Got it.
tomorrow.
Perfect. Wonderful.
Tonight after the session, so
Sounds good. Sounds good.
everyone's going to head back to their homes.
Yep.
Lyric is heading to a library if she can.
Okay, well, we'll do that first then, because I didn't hear you say that. You're coming in kind of quiet today, Wimpy.
I'm a little far from the mic. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
Usually you're the one that comes in loudest, so that's why I'm a little curious.
I did because I've been having. I was saying I was having trouble with my capture card. I actually went and rewired my whole desk this past weekend. So
That was fun.
yeah, it literally between 2 monitors, PC, PS4, PS2, Super Nintendo, I unplugged everything and replugged it all back in. So
sounds like my setup.
So did you hear my
but-
description of what your liar did?
yeah, that was with the wall wind and stuff, right?
Yeah, you can basically cast those spells once a day with that liar.
Okay, just as long as I get a list of spells, if you could just drop them in, and then I will mark them as my once a day.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that once we're done with session.
Yeah, because you got the list for it. So
Because I don't plan on doing any combat encounters this session, so
Larry
keyword
is going
plan.
to go to a library to study up on the 4 houses. So she's going to go to anywhere that would have anything to do with the history of the city and the families.
City of Regulus, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically I can say you would have known some of this information already, which I kind of explained to that message I sent you.
Yes.
And basically you can learn most of the stuff that I told Victor, is that they're the 4 kind of biggest families in the area before the...
She's more or less looking for anything that would signify something happened between 2 or more of the families in history that is like maybe not, that is kind of detailed but not super detailed, so that way she can go, okay, this is something that someone could hold a grudge for, this is something, so that way she just has a better information in the relationship to everyone.
Not basically what you could see fine from learning in that, because give me a history check, I should say too.
Do I get advantage?
With advantage, yes.
Okay. That's a 20.
20, so yeah, basically before there was the Ellis family kind of took over from that fallen house that basically lost all their land to them and some of the other ones. Most of the stuff's just been minor, like they thought they owned this land, just some minor border disputes. They've sent like mercenaries and stuff to harass them, but never anything like
Can I
openly.
specifically look up anything about the Ellis family?
They were basically, from what you can see from them, is they were they owned land in that area for a few years, before basically before Regulus founded the big city there, and just a few years they came into some, from what you could tell, money from a deceased other relative, started buying up more land from one of the other families due to some issues they had before they kind of became well known in the area, before the father was killed by the hunter a few months ago.
the hunter. What if that's the killer
One that was killing all
Eric was
the
after?
people, yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Who's the name of the person who is our liaison between the families that we're meeting up with?
Basically, Mercurius, the brother, the son of
We're curious.
Regulus, the
Son
founder of the
Regulus.
city.
What's their last name?
Felmont is the
Felmont.
Victor's last name.
Ellis.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's kind of the
What's the
Duke
fourth
of that area.
What's the fourth family name?
Uh,
I've got 3 of them.
so Felmont they're not one of the 4 big families. They're, like I said, he's the Duke of that area. Is basically what his title
Okay.
is.
Okay, so I've got 2 of them.
Ellis,
Mhm.
Waggletop, Alice are the humans, Waggletop are the gnomes, Big Toe are the dwarves, and Nemonis are the dragonborn.
Okay. And she's just kind of looking, and the Ellis ones are. The other houses are all, besides petty disputes that are civil issues, Ellis are the only ones that are up and growing. Gonna have to get more info on them. She kind of closes up a book, and she's going to. Where is she gonna stay? She could stay at the college, which would be normal. She is actually going to use up as much of her staying awake powers as she can, and she is going to go to the dormitories where Miss Yvonne Green is at, and ask her some questions.
Okay. Yeah, you see her kind of in the area you kind of last saw her in the more the acting area of it, talking to a skull.
I mean, that's cool.
You can tell she's acting out the part in a play. She's like practicing it right now.
As she goes, she just kind of leans over. It's like, hey.
Oh, yes, it's you're from the music group area. What's your name again? Sorry.
Come with me.
Why?
You need to walk and talk. Come on.
Oh. I was practicing for my play, but I guess I can.
I will help you practice too. If you just come on.
Deal.
So she just kind of starts walking and talking. So you're she just it's like your family's kind of well known, aren't they?
Not really. My father's just a butler over in Regulus, and my mother just what is she? Does something I haven't made up her yet.
You're from Regulus?
Yes.
I'm too.
Oh, funny I've never met you until now. Didn't know that.
Yeah, well, the thing is that my family used to live there a while ago. They don't live there anymore.
Maybe that's why. I know you're an elf, so probably lived there before I was born. Because she's only like 19.
Yeah, that's generally how it goes. I was just more curious as to how often do you talk with your family, and how are things going in Regulus?
I write them every now and then, and when I get breaks, I tend to go and visit them. I know my mother has visited me a few times.
Oh, okay. So, how are things going in Regulus right now?
Good. I know there's always the squabbles between my father he's the butler for the Waggletop. There's always, petty upper echelon squabbles that always happen, but same old.
Probably not as crazy as like the undead that attack the here, right?
Oh, yeah, nothing like that. Ooh, thank God they sworded that off before it made it to the city limits.
I know.
Or thank the gods, I should say.
So, is there like I know I've been doing a little bit of reading because just out of curiosity, like I said, I'm feeling a little homesick. Um, how are the relations between the families now? If you happen to know, I know you used to do that with the Waggle Tops. I mean, besides the oh, this belongs to me and kind of normal stuff that kind of goes on.
Just well, I know Father was saying that, get his name again, because Ribbles is trying to, patch some of that stuff up, which is, hopefully he can get that done. It'd be nice not to have,
I'm assuming that's your lord.
well, that's who my father works for.
Well, yeah, just essentially.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Okay.
He doesn't really think of it that way, him and my father are actually kind of friends, because, well, he's younger, so he kind of grew up. My father kind of was a second father to him, really.
So you would say that the families themselves tend to play toward how they are naturally then, like gnomes are generally nice people.
Yeah.
Dragons are stubborn, strong, but honest usually. What
Never
about
really met the Nemonis people. They just
oh,
never ran
have
into
you
them,
met?
really.
Who have you met?
Honestly, I haven't met any of the, well, I did meet Ribble's father, Gibbles, but when I was younger, but that was just a coincidence when I went to go
Okay.
meet my father at work one day to get him home for one day Mom was sick. She made
Okay,
it through, so.
so there's a big separation between the families and everyone that's kind of they're kind of does the from high to low motion with their hand. You know.
I'd say it depends on family to family.
Yeah, it sounds as though Ribbles likes to keep his people close to him.
Yeah. I've met him a
Okay.
couple times, I should say, too.
Oh, that's good. Okay, good. Like I said, I've just been really curious about everything kind of going on.
He's a nice guy. He's been trying to. He kind of changed the families from what they used to be more uh, farm work to more into a vineyard. And he's been still trying to get his wine just right. I know Father was more honest with him. Said his first few batches, yeah, they weren't that good, but he hired someone more wine experience on. He's been making them a lot better. They switched the grapes they're using that are more suitable for that area, and it's been a lot better wine, honestly.
Okay. All right. So perfect. So there's all right. Anything else about the city that you could tell me about besides the lords or the families?
I'd say it's just, typical city. Got the higher to do people have their area, the middle class have their area. Not too many people that are scraping by in that area.
Okay. All right. Well,
It's mostly,
I,
it's the rich people town, I'd say. The rich people and then their servants are all those people that seem to live there.
okay. Perfect. Well, thank you. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to. What are you studying?
Well, I'm thespian.
Well, obviously, but what are you working on?
The play, The Skulls That Speak to Me.
Hmm. And I'm guessing you're talking to the skull.
Well, yes, it's about a woman who kills her husband and thinks the skull keeps talking to him and telling her to do other things.
Ah,
Hence the
I
skull.
remember that one. Yeah. Okay, so she kind of reaches out for the skull. Does lyric? All right, I'll be the skull then. You be the wife. Okay.
Oh, that's my part. So yeah, here she kind of takes a little. Hands you up the playbook so you know what your lines are.
Oh, lyric's gonna ad-lib this in a performance.
Jesus.
Okay, so we'll let that play out. Give me a performance check.
Go.
That's a 24.
Nice. Nice.
As my husband, You were too good for this world. Yet you still seem to talk to me. What is it that you wish me to do now? I am at your command, my husband.
Laird just holds the skull right to her face. Do more stabbing.
Do more stabbing. Do more stabbing. Yes. Who should we stab next? The person that was jealous of me for marrying you and wanted you all to herself? The
No, the one
prying
after us.
eyes of the...
The one after us.
Yes. Yes, that is what we should do. Yes, yes, yes.
Stab him good.
Stab him good.
And scene.
Anybody else want to do anything tonight?
Just before I completely conk out, I'm just gonna dig out the Arcana book and just flip through that some more and try and get better focused or better aligned with it.
Okay, give me an intelligence check.
Thank God for the headband. Hopefully it plays through for me here. Getting there, getting there.
Come on, roll 20.
23.
Good thing I didn't say with disadvantage. So yeah, you kind of understand that the way some magics flow is the flow of kind of like ley lines that are places throughout the world that sometimes connect to the Feywild, sometimes connect to the astral plane, depending on which kind of magic you're doing. It's all kind of a ebb and flow of the universe itself.
Just
But you're
continue
starting to
to
get a
read
little
that.
better understanding.
I'll just continue to read that until I officially pass out. So.
About midway through this one paragraph, you just conk out and fall face first into the book.
Yep, sounds about right.
So, we're gonna jump to you, Victor. As you're lying in bed, waiting to you hear a voice in your head. Victor, you said you wanted to get some kind of power, correct?
A boon, yes.
Above game, what was that ability?
Give me a second. I actually wrote it down. What was that one? It was Infernal Constitution. I think it was.
And
Called.
what book was that in?
Xanathar's Guide to Everything.
There's my Xanathar. There's my Xanathar.
Quite a bit of stuff in it.
That's in the feats one, right?
Yes.
Feats. Let's just use the guide. $73.
I think the one I wanted specifically, what Victor wanted was on page 75.
Okay, so I'm going to try something here. You're not in bed, are you?
Oh,
Uh,
it's not nude.
I haven't. I am.
Is it flammable?
It's
Get
only
out of
cloth.
bed.
It's fine.
What was that?
Victor's getting out of bed. It's like, yes, it's very foul.
So yeah, maybe stand in a place where nothing super flammables nearby. I don't know how this is going to turn out.
Joy. So let's see. Where would at his house? Where would be the least flammable place?
Just say in the middle of the room.
Fuck is this? Just
Just
out
so
of
you're not
character.
around any like furniture, rugs or anything like that.
Yeah, it's not. It's a little bare. So yeah.
Okay, give me a Constitution check.
Oh boy.
What book is this out of? Just out of character.
What I'm doing or his thing?
I mean, whatever you looked up. I just want to see, out of character.
Page 75 in Xanathar's.
Thank you, roll 20. For the 4.
Okay, and can you make a Wisdom save?
A wisdom save.
Damn.
12.
Okay, so yeah, both those fail as you feel some pull or force trying to enter your brain as your mind goes blank, and you're standing in a room with fire all around you.
Please don't tell me I set my house on fire.
You're
That's
not
Victor
in
saying
your
that.
room anymore. You're not in your house. You seem to be someplace else. Give me a perception check.
9.
Yeah, all you can see is the fire. And you hear in your booming head in your voice is the voice of Pyronics. So, did it work?
I'm in. I don't think this is how this is supposed to go. I'm in a room fire, not my own. So,
Yeah, I
small
can
miracles.
hear you. This is how my father does it, huh?
Come again. Victor will cock
Give
an
me another
eyebrow.
constitution check.
15. Much better.
Yep, this time you feel your body basically in your spirit you hear, or your body I can't talk. You feel like a surge of power kind of course through you as your body seems like tense up. Okay, I think I was able to get that to work. I'll have to see if I can have this happen again. As you kind of hear a snap, you're standing back in your room.
Victor will just quickly check around to make sure nothing got burned up.
Give me a perception check.
Bit of panic.
17. There's those good rolls.
Hey, you look around. Nothing seems to have changed around a bit. Nothing seems to be on fire.
Okay, so that's property damage, not a concern.
So
He
yeah,
just,
you hear
checks himself
Piranha's
over.
talking in your head again. So yeah, I'm not gonna do that again without your permission. That just doesn't seem right. I guess my father's kind of, yeah, he's an asshole. He doesn't do that without asking first, I guess. But I guess I can. Basically, you notice you're standing in a different room than when you last were there. You're in your living room and not your bedroom.
So I teleported into the wrong room.
Do you say anything right now?
Victor Chance is like, well, not quite where I used to be. Also, thank you for the consideration.
Oh yeah, basically, remember how you said in the temple my father took control of that other tiefling in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I can do that. You.
Oh, joy.
Don't worry,
This
I
guy
won't
has
do it
1,000
again.
yards there like,
I won't do it
joy.
again.
Well, I appreciate that you asking me first.
If I will ask you if I need to do it again, if I need to talk with someone that's I don't have this kind of link with. Because I guess you're probably the only tiefling like this in existence that's not linked to my father. Like, you're linked to me, I guess.
Well, at least on the bright side, I'd rather be working for you with your father. Father seems, like, as you stated, kind of a jackass.
Yes, kind of is a understatement. He really needs to go about doing his job as a god more, honestly.
I can see why you want to shake up things a little bit.
Anyway, well, thanks for your help. If I ever need anything, I will let you know or try to pass it through Althea.
What?
Anyway,
Again,
that
much
seemed to have
obliged.
done the trick. Hopefully it was, took a little bit of work, but I was able to pour some of my godly demigod power into you, and you should have taken advantage of it. So, basically, long story short, you have that feat now.
Ooh.
Nice.
If you would have failed that second con check, you wouldn't have gotten it.
Oh, thank you, Roll20, for being kind. 'Cause I would have been very displeased. Well, Victor absolutely would be livid. All that for nothing. But yes. So we're just gonna
So I was actually doing a couple rolls with her too to do this. So since you asked for something a little more, what's the word, than a item, I had to make sure you had to earn yours.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if it would have failed, she would have sent you an item that I had picked out for you.
Ah.
That was close to what you wanted, but not completely.
So,
Anyway, anything else you want to do tonight?
Victor's just gonna kind of push Shutter like go wash his face before he pushes out of mind the fact that okay, so gods can control the fire god can just push them way through and take control of tieflings whatever they want.
Yeah, that
So,
wisdom check
that's
was
gonna
for
be a
her
thing,
taking
probably.
control of you.
It's like at least I don't have to worry about the one. Yay.
Talk about divine intervention there.
It also comes to the fact that like Victor doesn't particularly like the gods. So this is gonna be interesting. Oh, well, at least Pyronics is not as a little friendlier. By the by.
Yeah, let's say
All
this:
gonna be
her
worth it.
father would basically be chaotic neutral. She's chaotic neutral good, or
That's all.
lawful neutral, I'd say. So
So before Victor
Chaotic.
goes back to bed, he's just gonna stare at himself in the mirror and just go, "It's all gonna be worth it. It's all gonna be worth it in the end. Just gotta keep your eye on the prize." And it's just gonna go over Pez his little hellhound, and then go back to bed.
okay, so I do have to roll for this though, so I really hope it doesn't. Good. Okay. No weird dreams tonight.
Yay!
Oh.
So just has to visit by another god. It's like, hey buddy, what you doing? Oh,
Yeah, you've be honest with you, that I'm gonna say this, that I meant to give that sword to Andaris, but you had to go and tune yourself to it.
yeah, it's all. Yeah, now he's paying dividends for it. Yay!
Otherwise, he would have been having these weird dreams. So, anyways, you all meet back up at the Canis Fortuna base the next morning, right before dawn, or right around dawn, to get going.
Yeah, Victor would check with Iax to make sure he got this.
He basically hands you 3 sets of fine clothes. One for
Alright.
you, one for Mountain Blood, and one for Snowbreaker. Because I guess she's
Alright.
coming along now.
Oh yeah. I say it's like it's better prepare for anything.
I wasn't planning
No.
it, but we'll make it work.
And just like, oh, well, I guess you're here.
Oh, this could be either that or what's her name from the last mission? Why am I blanking on her name all of a sudden? The sneaky sister from the Six Sisters.
Crap.
The 7
Yeah, it's been
sisters,
a
you mean?
while. Say again?
The 7. You said 7. It's 6. Or
Yeah.
you said 6. It's 7.
Yeah, the Seven Sisters.
Yeah, Seven Sisters, yeah.
Electra.
Electra, that was it.
Ouch.
I could find it if I could remember enough of the name, but apparently I did not.
Yeah, that's part of me for. I named them after a constellation, and those are the star names in the constellation, so. It's fitting story wise, so.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I guess it's time for you to head out there so you can meet your brother, I guess, at your old estate then? As EX is saying to you.
Pretty much.
Hmm.
So hopefully it'll be nice. Nothing eventful will happen. Nice easy paycheck.
Yes. Always the best kind of paychecks, easy ones.
Yeah, but that's the hope. But I'm prepared. Let's best be prepared for in case things go off.
Yes. I pray to the gods that your mission is good. Snowbreaker chimes up. Well, if it goes bad, you got me to deal with the fight.
And me too, don't forget.
Exactly, and I've got Lyric here to help smooth over if anything does go terribly wrong. Right, Lyric?
Lyric seems very dour at the moment.
Magic and muscle.
All right, that's something. Anyway, so we best hit the old trail before my brother, or worse, my father, figures a way out of this.
Well, sadly for your brother, he holds up the paper. He's in a binding legal contract.
Exactly. This is gonna be great.
As you kind of see a really sly smile across EX's face when he says that. As you notice, it's got like the sigil of the Emperor on it now because he went and got it notarized.
I asked my man, my hobby. Uh, and I just kind of give him that the happy smile. Like, see, I knew there was a reason. Like, I hired you, especially the reason that the old man kept you around. Excellent work. So, but otherwise, yes. Praise be the gods, and like, and keep that nothing goes horribly awry. Wishes, and of course, wishes luck. All right, let's head out.
And then if you want luck, better pray to the god your father was named after.
You know what? I'm feeling a good mood. He flips a couple coins over to EX. I dropped this in the dropped this in what was his name?
You should have a
There we
list
go.
that has all the gods on it, but I'll give it to you.
Yeah, I was just pointing that out. What's the god of fortune?
Regulus Galileo.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's like put a couple coins on our behalf for Regulus. Make sure nothing, everything goes. It's a profitable venture. Nah, that's the right word. Everything's profitable.
Ironically, before you gave me your backstory, I'd already named that god Regulus, so that's just a happy coincidence.
I do my best. So yeah, unless anybody else has anything they want to do, like Vader would definitely spend the morning to make sure his polished, everything's nice and fancy looking for a dinner party, for guarding a dinner party, and he's expecting everyone to have done the same.
Victor, can we have a moment, please?
Uh, sure. And he just kind of wants everyone to to go ahead of them. And I will just stick towards the back with Lyric.
Lyric
You're gonna walk and
just-
talk this?
Pretty much.
Okay, we're walking and
Ti-
talking.
Time is a factor. Time is a
Walking like
factor.
walking
So.
here. Lyric's just gonna be like, Victor, my family used to be one of the four families.
Victor just nearly stops in his tracks. Even when you're and you're what is your family name, I ask?
You heard it before. I don't want to say it out loud. She kind of reaches into her pocket and she pulls out something in her hand. It's an egg with the depiction of human suffering on it. This was given to my family a little bit before we lost our land and our homes. I I want to suspect that it was the Ellises setting up getting more land for themselves, but nothing seems to make sense as to why they would do that. I've been thinking we're going to be at a dinner with all of the leaders of the families. They're going to recognize me.
Well,
Your brother almost did.
Victor just kind of rubs his chin like, nah, all right, that is going to be concern. Well,
She just
let's address
she's
the immediate.
she's she
He's just gonna
stops
look.
and she Lyric's gonna stop, do the quarter turn, and turn Victor at the same time.
No,
I want to
Victor.
know what happened to my family. I want to know
Yeah.
who did that. Did everything to them.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, Victor was actually going to stop and actually turn, like, kind of look at you eye to eye. First off, before we go any further, can you is this going to be a problem? Are
oh,
you looking for, like, I understand you want to know why they did this, but is anything less? It's I again. Is this going to be a concern?
I I
Long story
mean,
short, he's asking, are you looking for revenge or just
just
answers?
she's just like, well, maybe a little bit of A and a bit of B. I answers for now. But I want to avenge my family. I want to know who did it, and I want to bring them to justice. I want to know why and who else schemed. So I'm not gonna just outburst and do something. But this is my best chance to maybe get information.
All right.
If I trust you to kind of turn the screw a little bit to maybe get some information, will you do that for me?
Victor's just going to. How tall is Lyric again? Are they like just
She's
something?
5'2".
Okay, so Victor is like a little taller. He's like 5'5", I think. Last I checked, he's not. He's close to about average height. So Victor's just gonna kind of take her by the hand and just hold it up like, hey. He's just gonna breathe out alongside like, I have some idea what you're going through. As
She looks at him. No, I'm
I
the
as
only one
it
left.
feels exactly like that's look, I know it feels like that his family took everything from me, and it probably there's a chance that they might have, or at least some of those members are definitely guilty of. So let me phrase it. Let me phrase it as like this: when I left my home, I left everything behind. It wasn't by choice. I felt like my entire everything I knew, everything wanted to be, everything I was that was my birthright was snatched by a quirk of fate. I've wanted nothing more than to get back what I felt was due to me, what I felt was
I
always
I
mine.
I don't want it back though, Victor. I just want answers.
I'm getting to that. But like I said, it was always a matter of how I want. I didn't want to storm. And like I said, like you, I didn't want to take it by blood and force. I want as much as I want. I I want to know as much as why this wanting to come back and show I was worth something. So that I was worth as much as a part of this family as anybody else. That I don't like I said, I don't want my brother's position. I don't want my father say I wanted their respect. So let me put it in this way. You help me make a good play, a good stance to my family. Help me ingratiate myself back into into that circle, into basically helping me take back my birthright, even if it just has to be a good show of respect and a good show of like of competency. I will absolutely help you get answers.
Lyric kind of puts her head down. She has the anime eyes shaded look. And she says to Victor, I thought you were better than that. And she starts walking forward with the rest of the group.
It just gets kind of half sigh, like, yeah. Guess, I guess so. Guess we all thought. I guess we all do. And Vader's just gonna kind of sigh and just walk and just catch up to the rest of the party.
On Lyric's screen, it's like from Fallout 4. At the very top right, Lyric disliked that. Lyric will remember that.
So, with that, the rest of the trip is kind of... No one seems to say much, as they seem to sense some tension in the air, so... But after good... most of the day's walk, it's about... I'd say about 4 o'clock right now. You get to the city limits. Victor, this place is... Seems that... How long ago did you have to leave from here again? I forgot what you said in your backstory.
That's a good question. He was like in his early teens when he left.
So a good, 5-6 years?
So young.
Probably longer than that.
10 years?
I actually have it written down. So closer to 10 years, probably. Good solid decade or so.
Okay, so yeah. The town looks essentially the same. There's still the, most of this... You do see a few new houses here and there. A few more places got built in, because it's still an expanding city. A few more, bigger, kind of town square for buying food and stuff like that. You remember all the, you did notice the vineyards that didn't used to be there when you were last here. When you were walking in. Same old big fields of all, the cows, goats, and a few other pigs and other animals in the area that are kind of smell the butcher shop when you went by where they're all killed and processed and stuff. You also could smell a good smokehouse too, because some of it does get smoked. That everyone could smell that, but you do remember where your house is clearly at the top of the hill, the biggest house up there. And you tell people, can point away, that's where your house is. Lyric, same thing for you. I mean, you were left here a little bit before Victor did. So you still know your way around. You see way more houses, but you remember the where your house used to stand. It is now a completely different house. Well, house is. That's not... One house didn't get put up in its place. A couple smaller ones did. So, what is your plan?
Well, Victor definitely wants to meet with his brother first and foremost to do formal introductions.
So your brother did say to meet at your family house.
So while Victor's just kind of taking the sights, trying to see how much it lines up with what he remembers everything where it used to be.
Yeah, like I said, most of the big main street thoroughfares still there. The nice, really nice, good, smooth cobblestone roads compared to the capitals that have shown their age to them. These are relatively... It's a newer town since your father kind of helped raise it up and everything. Got the big center fountain in town, full of grandeur that fits what he would do for a fountain, but that's always been there. There is still the big temple in town that's, is mainly focused actually on worship of Regulus, because it's your father's namesake. But there are other deities that are worshipped in there.
So, probably along the way, Victor would have described a little bit about like what kind of mess they're going to walk into in regards to his family. He would have mentioned just brief details, close enough of his life, just to say, fa- father's the patriarch of the family is basically, very religious, very well respected, and very stern. He would have been and so he would not broke any kind of like break of conduct or and stuff like that. Just so again, keep on your guard, but keep on your best behavior because we will absolutely be watched for any kind of mi- basically for any kind of misconduct, anything that would like help him get out of like disagreements. We're going in with a stacked house against us, namely probably doing to because of me.
Hmm. You hear Snowbreaker kind of perk up. Well, you got a big person like me that works for you. That's got to count for something. And points over to Mountain Blood. Well, two of us technically, I should say.
Kind of flexing a little bit, but yeah. And I just kind of gesture like a high five towards Shieldbreaker there. Like high five.
Snowbreaker.
Yeah.
It's like honestly, I think you two will be absolutely fine. They're look. I mean, it's mostly me they're gonna have trouble with, and Richard's gonna look back to Lyric. If Lyric, given what I know, do you need some time to prepare yourself? Like this guy's, nudge nudge this guy's kid or anything.
Yeah, I will say this, Lyric. You did meet Regulus a few times when you were younger, when your family was still kind of one of the big people around here, and from what the way Victor described him, yeah, that sounds right. The way you remember him.
Where is mine? Next to yeah. Oh, I know.
By the way, Lyric hasn't said a single word since she said to Victor that she thought he was better than that.
We're just gonna look like Lyric. Come on.
If you want an insider, you might be able to.
Yeah, he's
read off
absolutely.
of her.
Yeah, that's a good point. He's gonna try and insult. 16.
She is filled with determination.
Lyric promises
Resisting
a
urge
promise.
to make Undertale joke.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, I'm certainly not using this time to try and find where I did with. Oh, that's right. Oh, I'm an idiot. I think I know where I left it. But yeah, he would have just basically given like Seth's father. Mother, not quite the same cloth, but again, assume she's keeping on us. Just and listen, these are wealthy and powerful people. Uh, you want to do your. We don't want to give anybody the idea to look us too cross or too negatively. Last basic thing I know about nobility, they don't have much to do with their time, and the time they do have it, you don't want to make yourself a special interest. They're not exactly nobles for most count don't do things by oh I'm going to challenge you to a duel or a lot of those festivals. They'll they'll do stuff to screw you over in very subtle ways. and usually never when you need to. You need them to be pressing their noses in. So again, best behavior.
As you're saying that, Victor, you hear someone yell, "Hey, Victor!" Give me
Would
a
that be-
perception check, everyone.
Yeah, I would say
Exception.
4. I gotta get that fixed.
Yeah, over the crowd, you kind of can't hear where that's coming from. Anyone else rolling perception?
11. Garbage.
Well, luckily, this wasn't a very hard check. Victor just rolled so poor, he still missed it.
He's kind of
But yeah, with that, basically, you see
concerned about other things.
Isaac kind of standing up near kind of the fountain, waving at you guys.
They're still kind of giving the kind of keeping lyric with his eye before turning away. And just probably like half hearing, like, yeah, we're coming. For taking notice that Isaac is actually waving them over.
Basically says, "Oh, good thing you guys here," as it kind of points to Snowbreaker and Mountain Blood. You guys stick out in the crowd like, I don't know, you just tower over everyone. You're easy to pick out.
Can't help that at all. I mean, we're just huge. Flex a little
So yeah,
bit.
basically he says, I had to run into town to grab something for Mercurius because he's holding a bottle of wine. I guess he's waiting for you up at your estate, Victor. So you can walk together then.
Victor just kind of stiffens off and like, not really my estate. Not anymore.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Still remember hearing some. I was kind of young when that happened, so I don't remember it clearly. But there was a lot of fallout after you left with your father and mother in the city.
Huh. See, you do remember me. Thought just because Victor's actually recalling back to when they met again back in the ship, and this Isaac couldn't just.
Yeah, like I said, he was a really young kid. You barely remembered him. He probably barely remembered you. Like, from what you can guess of it, he basically didn't know exactly what happened, but there was some weird stuff that happened with your father and mother after you disappeared.
Speaking of the folks, because last I heard, his health took a turn for the worst.
Well, not took a turn for the worst. He kind of just secluded himself in his house.
Yeah, well, being such a golly fellow, finding out that one of his sons was a tiefling didn't exactly help things.
I'd say it didn't. I wasn't, I was young, didn't deal with much with, inner family politics yet, because my parents were still doing that and still grooming me for it, I guess.
Consider yourself lucky.
Ever since my father died, I've been having to take a crash course in it because I'm going to be getting have to inherit the family stuff faster than I thought. So,
speaking of which, you wouldn't have to know if my mother's sisters are also on.
No, I haven't. Let me roll something for him.
Yeah, it'd be Sarah and
didn't,
Sandra.
Didn't know your mom had sisters.
Oh yeah, she's my two aunts. They're honestly pretty you like them.
Huh, yeah, I've never seen them around.
I know at least one of them still helping is still helping to serve in the Navy, as you recall. That would be Sarah. Aunt Sarah. Not sure what Aunt Sandra's up to though. Yeah, it did come up like quite a few seconds ago.
Yeah, she's probably serves in the Pisces Brigade, if I recall. I deal with them every now and then, because They're the other main naval force.
Yeah, I do believe that was it.
Yeah, Pisces, they're, like I said, the more magic-focused naval group. Aquarius, that your brother's the head of, is the more combat-focused one.
Yeah.
Like, they're the ones that go up to ships, the other ones bombard ships.
Yeah, and all of Victor's mother and sister and aunts were all mages of some sort, of some quality. And yes, he does remember what kind of mage his mother is.
But as you get close to your house, you do see your brother standing outside, talking to someone. As you get closer to it, you recognize the silhouette. As you get closer, you see the spell book hanging from the belt on her thighs, on her hip. Her in kind of a long flowing dress. As you get closer to her, you realize she's got a few kind of crow's feet going under her eyes now, as she's getting a little bit older, but still hasn't changed much since the last time you saw her, about 10 years ago. As you get close to her, she stops talking to Mercurius as he seems to notice that you're coming up. You turn and look to see you are once again face with your mother, as she turns to you and says, "Victor, it's been so long, my son." And that is where we're going to end the session for the day.